Please, if you're watching on on YouTube, YouTube just came on. TikTok also just came on. Please, guys, I want us to hold a moment of silence for one of our members. Her name is Posh Mama. She was with us at Taste Buds father's funeral in Anambra State. Brother Shukbo, Brother Chris, Sister Sheung were there with her. We all drove together, and I feel particularly bad that I didn't take time out to spend more time with her, because she did call me once and said she was having difficulty breathing. So please, just a moment of silence for her. Let's honor her with that. We'll let you know what the funeral arrangements are. May her gentle, lovable soul rest in perfect peace. Amen. All right, guys. So, to today's matter, I might not be as vibrant as you'd want me to be, and I'll please appeal to you to be kind and gentle with your words. I'm only updating you on what is happening concerning the MohBad case. Um, uh, so Naira Marley came out today to say that he is not responsible for he said, I have no hand in the buy of MohBad, directly or indirectly. He releases press statements. Now Nigerians, listen. Okay, now that's just lover saying, let me try and see if I can read the stuff out to you. He says, and I read, maybe let me let me screenshot it so I can now expand it. Please, guys, forgive me. I'm a bit down. Okay, so here is Naira Marley's press statement. Make una no vex, so make I just fit expand them, so I go read them to now. I won't lie, the guy is in a very tough boat right now. Everything happen, I don't know if you see the thing now. I just screenshot him. Okay, I don't see him. Okay. In the last few days, there has been a lot of onslaught on my person and reputation globally over the demise of my former signee. All manner of stories have been woven against me in respect of his untimely demise. I have not only been in shock over the demise of the deceased, whom I consider to be my brother and member of our music family, but over the various lies spread and threats against me Before I progress further, let me say that as it's traumatic for a lot of people to bear the reality of Ileri's demise, so is it to me. May his gentle soul continue to rest in peace, and may God grant his family the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. Permit me to categorically state that I have no hand in his demise, that is, in the demise of Ilerioluwa, either directly or indirectly. It is not unusual in the industry, just like in several other industries, to have family friction, even amongst blood relatives. Truly, we had our own share of misunderstandings while working together. But the disagreement between us was never to the extent being painted by some hirelings. It never degenerated to the extent of wishing each other bye. Even at that, we were resolving our business disputes legally before he passed. I have chosen not to say anything since due to being distraught over his demise and in order not to jeopardize the investigation being carried out by the government agencies. In addition, I have been out of the country since the 31st of August 2023 and I'm yet to return in light of the police invitation. I am making arrangements to return to the country to assist investigation and give my version of the events. I am fully cooperating with the police, and I certainly have no reason to be a fugitive when I have no hand in his demise. I am certain that the culprit behind his demise and has a vendetta against me are fueling public opinion to have me lynched for reasons known to them. In due time, the circumstances surrounding MohBad's spy will be unveiled and the world will know the truth. This kind of scenario of attempting to set someone up is not novel in the industry, as other great musicians. I'm continuing with the reading. Please, I'm screenshotting it. Aha. All right. So, forgive me, I'm getting the story. Sorry, I'm trying to expand it on my phone. I have experienced the same and came out better and stronger. Mine will not be an exception, as I'm innocent of the accusations. MohBad left the label in September 2022. The label accepted his departure. Malian music did not stop or interfere with his career or releases since, and he has been with one RPM. Legal efforts were made to reconcile his concerns regarding the work we had done together. The rumors regarding the label being a cartel are untrue. I am not a substance lord. Neither do I, Marley, belong to any cult or fraternity. I am dedicated to providing my innocence or to proving my innocence, and I'm cooperating with the authorities to clear my name with sufficient evidence. Malian Music is an independent run label by a small intimate team. We run a legitimate label that focuses on championing exceptional talent, breaking new acts, and nurturing them. I would like to clearly state that I've never fought or attacked MohBad. For the avoidance of doubt, I have never instructed anyone, friend, known associates, or fans to attack, harass, or bully MohBad. With regards to the talent on the label, none of our artists ever fought or mistreated him. I share my deepest condolences with the family. Let's be mindful as we seek justice to focus on supporting the police and authorities with relevant information and evidence surrounding his demise so that those responsible will be apprehended. I am positive that at the end of the day, the truth will prevail and I will be exonerated. My lawyers are already in touch with the police and the government agencies and will support in every way necessary. Without a doubt, I will honor his memory and I promise to do right by him and his family. Thank you, Naira Marley. So, that is Naira Marley's version of events. That's Naira Marley's version of the events. First of all, before I address Naira Marley, I want to plead with bloggers. If you are a blogger, be sensitive in your blogging. Please, if you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen so more people can join us. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Share the video. Follow my number one gifter. It helps the it helps the algorithm. So if you're my number one gifter, you follow my number one gifter, it brings more audience to the page. Please assist with that. So first of all, I want to talk about bloggers. You bloggers have been quite insensitive, some of you, making suggestions that MohBad's baby was fathered by Samilari. I think that is unfair. The worst thing you can call a woman is that she they do runs or she they do low show. I don't want to talk because of community guidelines. Until such a thing is proven guilty, it should not even be discussed in the court of public opinion. Until she is proven guilty, it's not even a conversation. Did MohBad at any time raise concerns over the paternity of his child? Was it a conversation? Was it a discussion? Even if it was, please, you see, social media don't they enter social media don't they enter very dangerous very dangerous zone where everybody has an opinion, whether the opinion is dangerous, whether the opinion is wholesome. Everybody for social media space get an opinion, and it's there. You see, people have started fighting back. In as much as I do not support the tomato paste company picking up that girl, because in all honesty, what she wrote was an honest review. I did not see what she wrote as bad. But you see, people don't begin to fight back. People don't begin to fight back. Once again, I categorically declare that I do not support what they did to that girl, arresting her and all that. If she defamed you, you sue her. Which one is arrest? But here's what I want to say, and I need you to understand me and work with me, yeah? The world is beginning to fight back social media. Gone were the days where you could just wake up and just rubbish somebody anyhow. You cannot. You've got to be careful when you go on social media and make claims. Because whether you like it or not, if that girl should go and do a DNA test and the child is truly MohBad's, wala go dey o. Wahala go dey o. They go that one. They fit ask you for 1 billion in defamation, in a defamation suit. They fit ask you reach 1 billion. Yeah. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Let me shout out. Sorry, guys. Let me shout out to the people buying my money guns. Chiva Good Talk, user 1341833031 and bash666. Thank you so much for popping my money guns. If you're watching on Instagram, go to Facebook, search for Daddy Freeze, DADDYFREEZE. It helps the algorithm and more people will see the page when you buy my stars. I'm going to do a special shout out to anybody who buys 1,000 stars and above. So if you're watching on Facebook, bottom left hand corner, you will see how to buy my stars. If you're watching on YouTube, just right there where you type your comment, bottom right hand corner, you will see how to buy super chat, super likes, or super stickers. Please support the channel. When you do all these things, they tend to promote the channel more so more people can join the conversation. Now, let me address Naira Marley. You see, Yoruba people say, "Kolo ma jarin joto bi bank bono." Make we know waka the day we road dey hungry. Ayodeji, thank you so much for that gift. Make we know waka the day we road dey hungry. I've learned a lesson. I will never fight or threaten anybody. Enila moa mola. God forbid should there have been a fight with anyone. They go come carry you. Now it is worse. You see, I am not saying Naira Marley is guilty. Of course, I'm also not saying he's not guilty. It is left to the police to prove. But you see, we've got to be very careful in this life. When we dey do things and we dey get away with them, supposedly, we are not aware that people are marking it down. Internet never forgets. This MohBad issue now make me fear internet. Our reputation. When we tell our children, oh, have a good reputation, do you know that if it was Pastor Adeboye that had this fight with MohBad, people would defend him? Because everybody knows him generally as a very quiet, gentle, no define trouble. So sometimes when he does things that are out of place, we want to say, nah, pastor talk this thing. But you see, Naira own, in don dey do am dey come. So it just be like those ones wey dey hail am, na dem dey wait for am for road. You'll be amazed that there is a possibility that Naira Marley hand no dey inside this thing. But just because of his reputation. And let me tell you something. I entered a bus one day with one actor. I think his name was Richard. That time when I first come Lagos, I entered bus from Bega. They come VI. I go Ibadan. So as I they come, I just stop for Bega. Come they join am go Ibadan. This guy na actor. Inside the movie where they act, one soap opera where they act that year, the guy they wicked. Omo na so one woman slap him inside bus. Old woman. You are too wicked. Omo, woman begin beat. Omo, we can't calm him down. Say, ah, mommy, kilo shele. Omo. At the end of the day, that woman believed that what he was acting in that movie was real and that he was wicked, and she happy say she catch him. It took the entire Third Milan Bridge to explain to this woman, say, na acting act. You'll be amazed that Naira Marley is just an actor. They throw out those slangs because it sells. Hey, we are unruly, we are this, we are that. But you no say that thing they build, it pile up. So it is very easy. And let me tell you something. I studied psychology. I majored in sociology, but minored in psychology. Let me tell you one thing. As long as you drive past a McDonald's signboard with a burger and you feel hungry, or you drive past a big bottle of Coke and you feel thirsty, there is a connection to your subconscious that we refer to it in Nigeria as spirituality. Meanwhile, it is nothing. It's just what I call a subconscious connection. They have joined Naira Marley with all sorts of things. Simply because in they act for night, they tell you, say, they do this thing, they do this thing, they do this thing, and they do unruly, they do this. So, word out to all of you, in as much as you want to be cool, you want to be stage gangsters, make una take care. I know you want to be cool. I know you want to be you want to be what is it called? We are going somewhere. We are not coming to the bullying yet. Bullying is different from buying. Let's talk now. Don't let me miss my points. My points are very important. You need to understand that everything you do on social media, people are reading it, and they are reading it as reality. Nigerians take social media as an extension of reality. So this goes out to all acts and all artists and all musicians and whoever it is that you are. Be careful. They are watching you and they are taking all those things you are saying on social media seriously. One. Number two, although Naira talked about the fact that they had what you call family issues, that's what they used in that letter, family issues. Maybe they use Cain on top 27-year-old man. My papa know if he use Cain on top me when I did 27. So if that one don't come out family issue. That one no be family issue again. You cannot say that what we saw, we didn't see. Someone said, are you siding him? I'm not siding him. I'm just trying to relate reality to you from my own understanding. You can, I'm not saying he's innocent too. No, don't get me wrong. But I'm also not jumping with the bandwagon. Because what makes me Daddy Freeze is I'm not going to think like everybody. If I think like everybody, I'll just be one of you. I have to come out of the box and look inside the box. You cannot use terms and I would have expected in no, sorry, I not me. I have no, if na me, God no go let am be me. God no go let am be me. I reject it. I know they pray for that kind of wahala. This wahala now when they say in your bi, I would have come from a more appealing to the public. If I were the advisor of such an act like Naira Marley, a video begging the public, a journey tutorial long, please no be me, would have been so much better than letter. Because letter na legal. The people where they vex, they know they court no they vex, police no they vex. Police say come for questioning. The people where they vex, they street. So my advice would have been, in my humble opinion, no, this letter not connect with the people where they vex. So as a matter of fact, it's even looking like it's making them more angry. Reading the comments, because I took my time to read comments on all the blogs, is making people more, it's not calming people down. It's not calming people down. It's making people more angry. People don't want to hear. Now, the police are also being watched by the people. The people are not foolish. And when intelligent people are angry, they will see to the end of that anger. Someone said they don't want apology. Me, I'm just saying for the optics. Now, we also need to relate something. This boy has been crying and he has been unsafe for a long time. This boy has been crying and he has been unsafe for. That's why I said, make God no let us waka the day we road the hungry. And that's why I advise everybody, if you get fight with person, settle amo, enilamo amola, we know today, we don't know tomorrow. Sometimes when you leave things lingering, you don't know where they are going to raise their heads. Because if you come and say that you know nothing, you know nothing, why was the boy afraid? Why was he afraid? Polo was here on the live, said the boy needed bodyguard in the UK. Why would anyone need bodyguard in the UK? So the people are not just angry because they want to be angry. They are seeing certain things that is angering them. The wife said something. I don't agree with very dark black man when he said, if the wife is not guilty, why did she start posting immediately? You cannot tell a person how to grieve. I agree with you on a lot of things. Very dark black man. I see you as intelligent and very brave. But on the issue of MohBad's wife, somebody can, you see, there's pain and anger. There's what you call a combination of pain and anger. She's also angry that, okay, oti shelebai, you don't go now, make so you go going to die. And she responded from that angle. Now, there's what you call circumstantial evidence. There are evidence of him afraid, evidence of the wife saying he was afraid. It was posted. What I'm reacting to is, I'm not cooking up any narrative. I'm just telling you what we saw online. Videos of him being maltreated. Polo said he was afraid in the UK. People have already built a story. Who was he fighting with? The last known person that he was fighting with, Naira record label. What do you expect people to think? What do you expect people to think? That is why I said something. I'm not going to sit down here and say, Naira is guilty, go and hold him. I'm saying the circumstances look very funny. The circumstances look very funny. There was definitely a case of bullying. The boy was scared. The people that have said this are more than one or two. The boy was scared. Something was scaring him. What was that thing? Is what we need to find out. Waiting, they make that boy fear. He was 27 years old. And he had high blood pressure. Oh yes, I know in this generation, younger and younger people, because of our horrible diets, because of our life patterns, younger people are getting high blood pressure. I understand. But he own. You see, if a normal person will just they lounge, they get high BP, it's different. He own. Only soon it seems there's a source. In own, they flow from the blood pressure, they come from somewhere. And now that thing we need to know. Now, one thing I want to tell you about the streets. They love to fight oppression. While we are loving to fight oppression, my darling street people, let us not become oppressors ourselves. Person will complain about tomato paste, where they arrest them from Lagos because of tweet, carry am go Abuja. I want to ask, explain to me, because maybe I'm the one that lacks understanding, how this is not like what was going on in MohBad's life. Explain it to me. Another thing I want to say is, in this time of pain, can we be kind to his wife? She is not, they were not divorced. They were not divorced. They were not separated. She was his wife. Do you think MohBad will be happy with you knowing you are crucifying his wife? The same MohBad that you are fighting for. Do you think he'll be happy with you knowing you are crucifying even his father? Oh yes, the circumstances look suspicious. Why did he come and bury him? Yes. But at the same time, nine papa. And until his father is found guilty or his wife has been found guilty by a competent court or his mother is found, can we stop criticizing them? Can we leave I raised the suspicion. I said, look, it makes no sense for the father to want to bury the child at 12 midnight. And I watched Seun Kuti. Seun Kuti said, look, is it because he's poor? Which also resonates. Okay, maybe because the father is poor. You need to understand, let me tell you something here. The way poor people think as a consequence of their society is different from the way you think. And you need to accommodate their thought processes because they don't live like you. They're not exposed to what you're exposed to, and they will never react the way you react. I remember growing up in the ghetto. Life na torokobo. Hey, yeah, finish. But you see, the more wealthy you have, the more wealthy you are, the easier it is for you to preserve life. For ghetto, pikin dey kpai because in come out for house, they play football, run enter road, motor jam and finish, you go. Wire they stick out of wall, pikin go touch am, you kpai. I don't see this thing. I don't see. The parents go cry. They move on. You need to understand that these people too are grieving. Especially his wife. If they were separated, is a different thing. If they were estranged, it's a different thing. Say na in wife. Say them they together. They live together. It is unfair. As in, if you truly love MohBad and you truly want justice for MohBad, protect his wife. If you truly love MohBad, fake love now they see, as in, it's like you love me so much, but then you are crucifying the one woman in my life that I love. You don't love MohBad unless MohBad came out and said that I'm divorcing this woman. They had issues. Every couple has issues. Somebody said, let her do the needful. She does not need to do any DNA test to prove anything to anybody, and the police can never ask her for it. The police can never ask. Why do you want to ask her for a DNA test? How? The child is being protected by the law. I was reading on Gistlover. Gistlover released a chat with MohBad's wife. She said she was deflowered by MohBad, that the child is his. The child is not the bone of contention. Make una help me leave this woman. All of you shouting DNA must be done. You are in no position to demand it. Someone said it's the family's responsibility. It's nobody's responsibility to ask her for it. The only person that could have asked her for it is MohBad, and he's not alive. You might not like what I'm saying, But me, I'm telling you the truth. You might not like what I'm saying. The only person that she owes DNA to is the person that has died. She doesn't owe DNA test to the father. She doesn't owe DNA test to the mother, or even, in my humble opinion, to the police. I want to say something else. We are in Nigeria. What if the DNA is done? Because I know somebody who took his child to hospital A, the child was SS. Took his child to hospital B, the child was AS. Took his child to hospital C, the child was AS. Then took his child to South Africa, and the child was SS. In this Nigeria. I know somebody that was diagnosed with advanced stage 4 cancer. And I told the person, I was like, come to Lagos. Let's go and do a PET scan. We did a PET scan in Lagos and there was no cancer. From stage 4, they wanted to start bombarding the person with chemotherapy. They told the person that the person has 40% chance of living. I'm not making this up. My spirit, just from my little understanding of medicine, I know the only true tests of cancer are biopsy or PET CT. And since they said the cancer had spread, how many do you want to biopsy? PET CT is 1 million naira, thereabouts, almost a million naira. The only hospital doing it is Make-Cure. I have some doctor friends. I called, got an appointment, and they did the PET CT. No cancer. If the person had not listened to me and come to Lagos, that person would probably have died today from chemo that they did not need. So with the kind of things that happen in Nigeria, would I truly, honestly want us here to do DNA test at this stage? Because somebody online believes there's foul play? Let me tell you something. According to the law in Nigeria, even if no be MohBad born that pikin, I didn't get him. He was born while that marriage was on, during the subsistence of that marriage. Legally, that child is MohBad's child. Legally. Legally, I only did. No sort me. From my understanding of the law, I'm not a lawyer or a judge. But the Nigerian law is very clear. If a child is born during the subsistence of the marriage, there was no divorce instituted, no separation. Legally, according to Nigerian constitution and whatever it is, the pikin na MohBad pikin, no need for DNA. No need. DNA for what? Okay, to establish a motive against a grieving widow. Let the police do their work. Let the police do their work. If the police want to establish a motive against the wife, the police will establish it. We don't need to join in and be crying. If there was a divorce instituted now, for instance, or they were estranged, or they were having major issues, I understand 100%. But as of today, legally, That Peking na MohBad Peking. Legally. Even if he no match in DNA, na still in Peking. Someone said, Daddy Freeze, you're getting it all wrong. How? Ask your lawyers. Ask your lawyers. Some people are typing DNA on YouTube. Allow G. Abdul said, you are speaking truth to power. I thank you. Just sent me $20 on YouTube. Thank you so much. If you think I'm speaking the truth, super chat on YouTube. Send me super chat. Send $100. And if you think I'm lying, say Daddy Freeze, you are lying, but I will only read your, what is it called, when you send it with super chat. But me, I will tell you my own. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Follow my number one gifter. Follow my number one gifter. Follow my number one gifter. If you're watching on TikTok, follow my number one gifter. Follow my number one gifter. Someone said, I'm a lawyer. You are wrong, my brother. Follow my number one gifter. Pop my money guns. If you're watching on TikTok, pop my money guns. Follow my number one gifter. Double click the screen. Double click the screen. Double click the screen. Let's get this. Let's get this right now to 50,000 likes. Someone say, no be the same topic. Una crucify that madam lawyer for the other day. Where una all gang up against her. Nobody gang up against anybody. The context of that topic that day was in the context of motive. Today, we are coming from a legal perspective. Lawyers, you know, unless you want to deny. If you're watching on Facebook, buy my super chat, super stickers. Bottom left-hand corner, you will see how to buy my super chats and super stickers. Duru versus Duru. I'm not a lawyer, and I don't think I'm allowed to quote law. You understand? But I will tell you for free. I will tell you for free. Let me invite Pepe Room and let me see if she has something to say. I'm rounding off. Double click the screen. No, double click the screen. If you think I'm right on YouTube, buy my super chats and my super stickers. If you think I'm wrong, still buy them and tell me. If my sister is here, that day the conversation was about motive. Legally, a child belongs to the marriage to protect the child, because I had many meetings with many lawyers and I asked a lot of questions. So that was what they made me to understand. Pepe Room, can somebody call Pepe Room for me? Where is Pepe Room? Ebiere. Is Mary United Nations, is she here? Mary United Nations. Mary Nabara. My lovely sister, we had lunch today. Can somebody please tag Pepe Room? I saw her there. I wanted to bring her, but I think she's gone. While we're waiting for Pepe Room, double click the screen, double click the screen. God bless you if he has made sense here. If a child accepts, if a father accepts the child's, nobody can say the child is not his. It's as simple as that. Simple. How are you? I was supposed to call you back.
I'm fine. I'm downtown. I came to see my sister. I came from the courthouse, and since she works downtown, so I came to see her.
Are you back home?
Yeah, I'm back. But I'm traveling again on Thursday.
This travel, just setting lifestyle. No. When are you going to have time for me?
Vacation.
Mary UN.
Hi, DS.
Mary of the United Nations. 2 lawyers. I have another 2 lawyers here. Oh yeah. By
Hi,
the way,
Mary.
hold on.
Hi.
Mary was taught by my mother. Now my mama
Oh,
teach am
nice.
law. So I know say my mama sabi law.
Wow.
So I go listen to Mary because now my mama teach am. Mary, am I lying?
No lies. No lies.
My mom was her law lecturer, her law professor, and her provost of her college of law. So we are talking about paternity now. We have come all the way from Naira Marley. We have finally reached paternity. Do you have any comments on Naira Marley's press statement? Anything you guys want to say?
Nothing. He's just saying what he needs to say. The investigation still needs to be done. And when that
okay, they also said I should remind you that Mary UN made a first class. So, okay, yes, let me add that part. This lady here in glasses made a first class.
Nice.
First class in law. There were only 6 people in her class, in her set, that made the first class, and she was number 4 out of them. So let me rub her ego
Wow.
small.
Nice. Take your flowers.
I'm telling you.
So, anything you guys want to say about Naira Marley?
I mean, like I said when we had lunch, Naira Marley has made a statement and put emotions aside. If there is the absence of the mens rea, that's the mental intent, and the actus rea, which is the actual action of killing, or not, let me not use the word, of unaliving MohBad, he cannot be deterrent. He can also provide an alibi saying that, okay, at this time when the person passed away, he was not there. He was not at the scene or anything. You can't tie Naira Marley to it. Lastly, if after the facts, after investigation, they can't find anything that links him to somebody. If, for example, they say, okay, it was not natural, MohBad did not die as a result of natural causes, and then they find out that maybe he was murdered in some way, maybe through some injection or through whatever. If they can't tie Naira Marley to the person who actually carried out the act, Naira Marley is not going down for anything. That's the truth. Yes, he might have offended him when he was alive and maybe bullied him or maybe sat back and let people do whatever they wanted to do with him. But he will go down for something he did not commit. And there's something, like I said, we always say in law, they would rather let 9 guilty people go free
if he mute
than to let one person.
It's breezy where you are, mute. You can't hear me too well. Wait, Mary, if he mute.
Okay.
Mary, talk
okay,
now.
so like I always say in law, they would rather let 99 or 9 guilty people go scot-free than to let one innocent person go down for a crime they did not commit. So the emotions might be there, it might be high, and it's unfortunate that he did not get to enjoy himself, especially under his record label, so to speak, at least through what we're seeing on the media. But will Naira Marley be called for something that, or be prosecuted for something that he was not actually? We're dealing with facts here, not emotions. Law is facts. Juju cannot be proven in courts. So if Naira Marley cannot be tied to the crime scene, if he cannot be tied to the person who, for example, supposedly committed the crime, if he can bring people and say, okay, I was with this person at so and so time when this person passed, he's not going to be tied for anything, unfortunately. So let's see.
So over to the second lawyer, who's also in Canada, by the way, and also was a lawyer in Nigeria before she went to Canada, Ify, who came that other day. Ify, what are your thoughts? Do you agree or disagree with Mary?
Oh, yes, I totally agree with her because I feel like it's early days. Like I said the other day, it's early days for us to conclusively say who killed MohBad or not. I feel like we should concentrate more on the police doing a thorough and proper investigation. We can't just, whatever we're saying now isn't backed up by evidence. So you can, like I said the other day, he sure does look suspicious, but did he kill MohBad? We don't know.
Let's use the word buy.
Yeah, did he buy MohBad? We don't know. there's no evidence. Like, we need hard, concrete evidence to show that he actually did it. And I'm wondering why he hasn't been invited for questioning, because if you're a suspect in a
I actually
criminal
think he
matter.
has been invited, and that is why he wrote that
But
letter
he's
that he's
just
going to
hiding.
submit himself.
Okay.
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 Now,
Well,
let us talk about the DNA test from a legal perspective. In Nigeria, legally, who can demand the DNA? Can a police demand it? Can the police demand the DNA test?
Okay, so Daddy Freeze, I think what
the
would
state
determine
can.
if the police, I'm not saying the police cannot, but what would determine if the police can order a DNA test is relevance. So there has to be some sort of relevance to the investigation. You can't just stand up and say, oh, by the way, we're ordering a DNA test to prove paternity in in an investigation. So what's the relevance? What information do you have, or what evidence do you have? What have you uncovered so far in your investigation that is prompting you to ask for DNA test? Because when we feel like we're sidelining the main issue, when a person is alive and they accept that this child is their child, you cannot come and say that it's not their child after they've passed, especially when there's no relevance to, because if we're asking for DNA now, it would mean that if I adopt a child tomorrow and something happens to me, and let's even say for inheritance, for instance, you would then come and say that the child I adopted isn't my child because they are not related by blood to me. I just feel like all this DNA or no DNA makes no sense. But the other day, I was only trying to make a point, and the point is because the US lawyer said that DNA evidence is not admissible in court. And my point to her was that DNA evidence is admissible in court. If not, why do we have paternity court? If you want to know whether a child, you actually fathered the child, you're free to get that evidence submitted to court. You're free to get that test done. You're free to submit that evidence in court. So I don't know why we're going all about DNA tests when there's nothing linking MohBad's wife to his buying. Like, there's nothing. The police has not come out to say, oh, we have this information that is suggesting or that is saying for sure that she's linked to his buying. Why are we even, like, the court of public opinion is very funny, because why would you even ask someone to go, and I just feel like it's really unfair to her. She's grieving, and then we're asking her to go and get a DNA test on her child. It's unfair. It's unfair, really. But that doesn't mean that DNA test is not admissible. It is admissible, but what's the point of asking MohBad's wife to get a DNA done? The police need to investigate what facts do you have or evidence to prove that she has a hand in what happened to her husband. Those are the things we want to hear. What have you uncovered? And have you done a proper and thorough investigation to come to the point where you're saying this is a person of interest in this? Because you have to first of all make her a person of interest in an investigation before you even start to, order all these tests. But I don't know why. I just feel like it's what we're doing is preemptive as Nigerians, asking for a DNA test for someone who, while he was alive, claimed this child, and never for one day said he was suspicious of the fatherhood or the parentage of his child.
Well, I think it's a bit too emotional. I don't like to deal with things like this with emotions. That's the truth. The truth is, everyone surrounding MohBad is a person of interest. That's number one. For me, trying to play the devil's advocate. Secondly, like you said, when we deal with facts, we deal with relevancy and then admissibility. Is this relevant? If it's relevant, can it be admissible in a court of competent jurisdiction? So if it becomes, during the course of the police investigation, it becomes necessary to then carry out the DNA, then the state can order a DNA, because MohBad's case is a state case now.
Hmm.
It's not something that, oh, an individual is coming, maybe the estate is suing, and no, it's a state case. So if during the course of the investigation they say, okay, we have decided that so and so person who are connected to MohBad in some sort of way, we've decided to do a thorough check on them. So we are going to start with the wife or the record label. They can decide to order a DNA. Public opinion can't order. They can't demand DNA from them. What's our own local standard in the matter? We don't have any standard in the matter now. We don't. So how can we order all those ones that just exactly all those things they are ordering on social media? Let her do they're just talking their own. We don't have any standing in the case to demand a DNA. So we are just basically overstepping our boundaries, to be honest.
And we're harassing the poor child and the poor widow.
Yes.
We are as bad as the people that we say we don't like.
Exactly. And if MohBad has accepted that child, which I agree, during the course of his life, during the period while he was alive, he accepted that child as his own. I don't think any of us has any right to come out and say, oh, order some DNA. It's really not our business, to be honest. We don't have any right to do that. The police, yes, the police can decide to order a DNA report. And DNA reports, he said something about not being that. Someone said it was not. Oh, DNA reports are 100% admissible. That's the report of an expert. Expert opinion is a form of evidence that can be tendered in a court of law, right? So that's an expert opinion. So definitely, DNA results are very much admissible in the court of law. But can the police order? Yes, the police can order. Do the public have right to demand? Oh, definitely 100% not. And MohBad's wife, I sympathize with her. However, I still think she's a person of interest in this case, regardless of whether she's mourning or she's not mourning.
That's what I want to raise something, yeah. And I want to discuss this from my own perspective. I heard that voice note where it was alleged that MohBad was quarreling with his wife. And he said, did you F with? A lot of you don't understand that did you F with means did you, it doesn't mean did you sleep with. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. For instance, I can say, Mary can ask me, how far, how is Ife? I don't F with Ife, man. Doesn't mean I'm saying I don't sleep with Ife. You see, the problem is you guys are reading between
doesn't mean I don't roll with her.
Yes, I don't roll with, or I don't hang with. Of course, it can also be because okay, when you say why are you effing with that person, why you doesn't mean why you having intercourse with that person directly.
Yeah.
Unless you guys don't understand English.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you guys don't understand English. Anybody that says he disagrees with me, you don't understand English and you don't understand street slang. I don't mess with. Yeah. Do you know F with is mess with? If it says F, it means intercourse. If I say Ife, did you F Simply Vic? That is me asking Ife if they had intercourse. If I say Ife, do you F with Simply Vic? Now it's a totally different. So we cannot use that as an assumption to build a case. We cannot use that as an assumption to build a case. And I believe that if, in my humble opinion, I may be wrong, I may believe that if truly there was infidelity, the voice note will not be that short. Men hammer on infidelity gone. They're not going to say it in passing. It's going to be a bone of contention. Oshe abo oshe. You do am abi you no do am. Infidelity for men is not something they talk about in passing. I may be wrong. I may be wrong. Do you understand? But so he said, right. Why would he be speaking in slangs with his wife? It's like you are there, so
whatever.
he can speak with anyhow who wants with anybody. Sometimes I speak in slangs even with my parents. Sometimes, so you cannot tell. So you see, using this as an establishment, and who? Somebody said they sent me a message. Please, what is the thing that you sent me? Oh?
Maybe are you in Canada?
Yes, so.
I mean, I'm resident in Canada, but I'm currently in Nigeria. Came in for a wedding. Yeah.
Please, if you're enjoying the live, double click the screen. Double click the screen. There was somebody else I wanted to bring live.
I live at Lakeshore area.
Oh, Toronto.
I'm in Toronto. Yeah, Toronto. Yeah.
Are you practicing in Toronto?
See how did they say I'm Toronto?
Toronto.
How are you, Trudeau?
Toronto.
How is Trudeau?
Yeah, Toronto. He's in all
fine, though. He's messing everybody up.
How? What is he doing now?
Plenty tax. One is a tax man. Everything tax.
All those people say DNA must be conducted. DNA must be conducted. Make una write your wait till they call us to Inspector General of Police. Maybe if he hear una, because the matter the police hand.
And then
somebody said Canada no get accent because we don't do. Honestly, for me, you know one thing I realized, when a white person needs something from you, they understand anything you're saying. When you need something from them, they don't. And
if you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen. Oh, people, double click the screen. Follow my #1 gifter. Oh yeah. Let me make some noise on TikTok. Pop my money guns. Follow my #1 gifter. Make I shout out my #1 gifter. KK23. That's my #1 gifter. Oh yeah, pop my money guns. Pop. Pop my money guns.
So we should come and learn accent from them.
From
America. From America, they say.
And this accent no be play. You go see girls. They go just go Dubai for 1 week, come back with American accent.
What's of UK people?
In it. That's what my kind in it. Is it? You reckon?
Oh.
It's so funny.
So, any other lawyers in the house? Any other Babeto #1? Thank you so much for popping my money gun. Any other lawyers in the house? Let me bring real Suzanne Peters. Suzanne Peters, an actress in Nollywood. Someone I respect. Real Suzanne Peters. All right. Let me hear her take. And then we close the live. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Double click the screen right now if you're watching on TikTok. Pop my money guns. Follow my #1 gifter on TikTok. We're waiting for Suzanne Peters. Follow my #1 gifter on TikTok. Follow my #1 gifter on TikTok. KK popped another money gun.
Hi.
Suzanne Peters, sister me, how you doing? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hi, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm good. How are you, bros?
I'm very well, thank you. So this matter with the ground, waiting be your take.
Even like say some people don't understand, say it takes a person for a revolution to happen. You see, in America, George Floyd had to go down before Black Lives Matter came up. So this guy that has just mysteriously just gone down, it's like a wake-up call for everyone. I mean, nobody don't ever die where we a big pie. Nobody ever pie where the whole world just rise up like that. It has never happened. Not even for a president, or I think maybe when Abacha pie itself now just jubilation or something. But this one, the whole world, everywhere, people are rising up. It means the guy was unjustly dealt with, because the pie wearing pie, it's not normal. We've been seeing all the videos and everything that's been trending of all the harassment and all the stuff going on. And, it's just one of many. I mean, MohBad's case is just the one that has, come to light. There's so many MohBad's around in every industry. Every industry has this. So what we're just saying is, we are hoping that it will not just be like, every other day kind of thing that, they will sweep it under the rug. We're just hoping that, because justice for MohBad that we've been screaming should not just go under the rug. I mean, let the police for once not disappoint us. Now, this same country, snakes swallow money. Now, this same country, things have just been going down the drain. And it doesn't, it's not sitting well that our justice system is not supporting us at all. It's not sitting well at all. We are hoping that this, what they call it now, autopsy will come out, and then they'll probably tell us, okay, he died of natural causes or he died of this. So everybody will just rest. We should just ignore this DNA matter. Nobody has the right to go and be asking somebody of DNA. The guy was alive. He never asked the lady to do DNA. What is anybody's business? Hey, never don't do that. Hold on 1 second. Let me turn on the gen. What's anybody's business with DNA? You know what I mean? So we're just saying that hopefully make them not disappoint us. Okay. So that's just my take. So maybe they're not disappoint us in this case, and then they should stop all the distractions. We'll not get business. We're not a family member. We're just responsible citizens trying to get justice for one of our own. I mean, for the first time, I never knew MohBad was the man or the boy behind those songs. I used to think, because anything concerning Malian music, me, I don't like them, because I don't even know what they talk. But, in this his passing, I now realize that the boy is the one behind all of these songs. So what we should be talking about now is how he go get in royalties, how everything, all the injustices that he has been, how he's going to get them. That's what we should be talking about at this moment. Not DNA.
Not DNA. Wicked people.
Yes.
Now DNA that they find.
What did DNA has nothing. What DNA won't bring to the table? Nothing. I mean, anybody who looks at that child self will know that it's MohBad's child. The guy has MohBad's features. What else again when I want?
I say he resembles Sam Larry just because he's fair. Like I've heard a lot of things.
See, my parents are two dark people. My mom is dark. My dad is dark. We have a set of twists that is fair in my family. So we then now say because my father no fair, my mother no fair. Where did the king come from?
It can be a recessive gene from 2 generations.
Come on, I mean, it might be that maybe some gene from his maybe great grandparents or something has some fair genes. That the child from these 2 people must be dark skin, and it's possible that when he begin growing, he go turn dark.
True.
Because sometimes children, when they are born, my boy, when he was born, he was fair. My boy is now dark skinned. So they go come and say, okay, not be in Papa get him or not be. It doesn't make sense. Why we should leave all these distractions. Come on. It's not important. DNA is the least of the matter at this moment.
Yes.
The boy died mysteriously, which is why his spirit is crying, which is why everybody is just, because even me, sometimes in my subconsciousness, it's like the boy comes and say, are you sleeping? You know, go wake up, make you talk. I never come outside talk. And that's the truth. Somebody will say, oh, maybe she's chasing clouds. But truth be told, do you know his songs? That song has just registered in my brain, like it's not going anywhere.
It's because that's all you see, even like morning, afternoon, night. So it sort of registers in your subconscious before you go to bed. So
it's like this guy must have been so hot before he died. And then plus, they are talking about the father. I understand that, yes, they say in Yoruba tradition, you don't keep a child. But if your child dies mysteriously, I don't think you should have rushed to bury that boy. That is one. Two, you people buried him and bent his neck. I mean, from the mortuary is when they would have carried it. The stepmother is saying, the pastors bent the neck. Like, seriously, which pastor would have
I'm
done
not
that?
sure about, but is that a thing? Like burying people, like young people immediately? Is that a thing in Yoruba land?
I don't
people
know.
have said it's not a thing.
I'm not either. But I'm saying that if a person dies mysteriously, you shouldn't have even buried him. And also, my own instinct is saying that it's like that boy was in a coma. Probably they would have just even left him. And which doctor declared him dead? Died? Which doctor declared him died? Which doctor gave them certificate for them to have taken him straight to go and bury him in the midnight, claiming it's tradition? What kind of tradition is that? Which tradition is above the law?
Yeah. There's obviously more questions.
Did they even get a death set? Did they get the pie certificate before they even?
You are not saying that some doctor or what? There was no death, no pie certificate, nothing. Then you people even took off him and now bent the boy's neck. Come on. And then people are saying, no. In fact, this is the reason for the uproar all over the world, because I've never seen anything like this. Everybody, even people who don't be known before, everybody is saying justice.
Nobody don't buy like MohBad. Nobody.
It's a sign.
In the history of buy,
Even the
MohBad
most
number one.
Popular person, they don't raise the alarm for him like this. The way this boy's spirit is
So
just
they
going
carry
on
and go
around. Truth be
House
told,
of Reps.
everything I'm doing every day, that boy is just one way or the other. Trying, it's like he's reminding me, are you keeping quiet because of my case? Are you not talking? And this is the first time I'm actually coming out to talk about the matter, because I've been posting. I'm like, I don't want to talk. So somebody will not say, oh, this superstar or this celebrity don't talk something, before they'll take it out of context. I'm just being careful. But, you know, it has reached that level of this DNA. Anytime you open anything, it's DNA. For what? This is the problem. Is DNA the main issue?
If it becomes necessary,
It's not the main issue, yeah, but it becomes necessary,
right? Because I think everyone's aim should be to uncover the truth
of how he died or who is responsible.
To demystify the mystery surrounding his death, because there are more questions than answers.
Yes, I would have been thinking they should have summoned the two main people that he has been calling in all his videos. Whether you are an aid to bullying or threat or anything, and anything happens to that person, now you carry that person. That's my own, as far as I'm concerned. Because the boy kept on mentioning, if anything happens to him, not once, not twice, not three times, he kept on saying it, kept on ringing it. And then these same two people just took off and this thing happened. Now, I was expecting that by now they would have put wanted and say, this person wanted and this person wanted. Let them come out. If you know you are not guilty, why are you running? At least come out and defend yourself. And say, look, yeah, maybe I did something, but I'm not a part of what happened to him. It's simple as that. But as long as you are not coming out, it means you are an aid to whatever happened to that boy. And that's the truth.
I think they are scared of the heightened emotions. Like, imagine Naira Marley just walking on the streets. They might lynch him.
People are going to lynch him.
So they're just acting on
and
emotions.
that's what we are
like
trying
they don't
to
want
avoid.
if the police is going
jungle,
to
say no. Everybody here, can we all join together and say no to jungle justice?
We can't hear. I can't hear that.
Yeah.
I said that's what we are trying to avoid.
Yes.
Can we all say no to jungle justice? All of us here say no to jungle justice.
We totally condemn jungle justice. But you know
let's allow the law to,
Yes. The problem is the law themselves don't fail their citizens. They don't fail Nigerians.
The jungle justice is never better than the law. As bad as the law decays too, at least the law gives the opportunity of a trial. The jungle justice is tried by dingbats on the road.
True, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely, I totally agree. And I am saying that before it gets too bad, make them come out for where they come outside at least. Come and say, okay, I know to ammo. Because the more time keeps wasting, it keeps putting in the people's mind that these people they do this thing or they don't do it.
Well, they need some assurance.
Double click the screen if you're watching on TikTok. Follow KK23. That's my number one gifter. KK23. Follow KK23.
So that please, I want to say one more thing before I leave. Just another perspective. So
Pop my money gun. Pop my money gun before she talks. Oh yeah, pop my money gun. Follow my number one gifter. Double click the screen. Follow my number one gifter now. Abandon all projects. Leave everything you are doing and follow my number one gifter now. Oh yeah.
So I'm just assuming that.
All right, go ahead, my sister.
So let's assume the police does a thorough investigation, and I'm assuming, I'm not saying this is what's gonna happen before they misquote me, and then it comes to light that Naira Marley and Sam Larry actually have a hand in MohBad's death. The question now would be to extradite them to Nigeria. First of all, there are some countries that they can go to and you cannot extradite them to Nigeria to come and face a criminal charge. That's one thing. They might have gone to one of those safe extradition havens, where you cannot extradite them to, because for you to extradite, you need to have like it needs to be a reciprocating jurisdiction. So if Nigeria doesn't have that agreement with the country that they go to, that would be a problem. So I think we're not even thinking far ahead. We're just saying it has to be DNA. There has to be a DNA test, and it feels like the majority of Nigerians are saying it has to be Naira Marley and Sam Larry. So what if at the end of the day it's not them? What if at the end of the day it's them, and then they've gone to an extradition haven? What's going to happen at that point? How do we get justice? These are things people are not even thinking about. We're concerning ourselves with things that don't really matter at this point.
Someone is asking a question in the DM. There's in the comment section. They said, "What if what can be done to Naira Marley and Sam Larry for assaulting MohBad when he was alive?" First of all, at most they can be charged for assault, but that is even tricky because I know that
the person has to be alive.
Institute a case for a dead person.
The person has to be alive.
Dies with them.
Legally, the person has to be alive.
Legally, except it's a case of negligence and the estate wants to sue, maybe medical negligence or something. But that, you slapped my son when he was alive, so I have to sue you for that. There's even a there's a legal Latin for it, a maxim for that. I don't think you can.
So I want to ask
the maxim for.
I want
for not being able to institute a case on behalf of a dead person.
Of a dead person.
So I want to ask this question.
I think you would come up down.
So the hospital, made a statement saying that they first of all denied the nurse, and then there's now another statement which they posted. I think was it not 2 days ago or so, and I kind of responded. They are saying that the nurse is not a part of them, is a quack nurse. So my point now is, so from Ikorodu they brought him all the way to Lekki. So there's many other hospital in Ikorodu because that's where the thing happened, right? So they now left Ikorodu and drove all the way down to Lekki. Or I'm not understanding that press release. I'm not understanding it. It does not make sense.
Maybe they feel like they are more.
No. Some people need to understand how the law works. Someone said even with all the evidence. Another said even with the petition. You see, in cases of assault, the person has to be alive. You cannot file it on the person's behalf. That's the tricky part. So a lot of people are saying with all the evidence, well, you see, the law is different from our common sense. You understand? There are so many things that are open and closed cases to us. But when you get before a judge, it's not an open and closed case. The judge is not going to use his mind to judge. He's going to judge according to cases. He's going to use a judge according to the penal code. He's going to judge according to the constitution. You understand? The judge cannot just decide and say, since what they did was very bad, they should tie them to a tower and flog them. If that does not exist in the Nigerian penal code, they cannot use it. You'll be amazed that you go to court today and they'll find you guilty and your offense is 50 kobo. Or 1 naira 50 kobo. They will tell you to pay 1 naira 50 kobo. So
yeah, because some of the penalties under Nigerian law are
outdated. So that's how the law works. And my fear is the uprising that can come out of the fact that the people are not getting what they think they are going to get in the law court, because the law does not work like they expect it to work, because they did not go to law school. These women that you are seeing here, they went 6 years to university to study law, and then 2 years to go and do law school. Sorry, 5 years, and then 2 years in law school.
Yeah.
This one below here with glasses finished with first class.
Daddy face.
So it is not beans. No, I'm telling you. So when these people are talking, don't come and talk your emotions. Yes, you are right, there was a petition. Yes, you are right, there was evidence. But in what way are they going to establish the evidence?
The right of action dies with the person. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
The right action dies with the person.
So let me ask you one question.
Law, and that's the law in question here.
So the petition he filed in the beginning, when they were threatening him that he gave the police, and they didn't do anything about it, is there anything that's going to happen to them? The person who, the people who he filed the case in the beginning with, that is the police that didn't do anything. What's going to happen to those people?
The police can say, oh, at the time when he filed, they invited the two of them and they settled it and they both left the office as friends. That's going to be their defense. I don't need to know that that's going to be that. I know that's going to be what they'll say. They'll say at that time it was settled. And if there are subsequent issues that came up, they'll tell you they are not aware. But as at that time he filed, they'll tell you, oh, he filed so and so day. They were both invited, questioned, they wrote undertaking and they settled it. That's going to be their defense. I'm telling you. It won't change anything. The whole point is, did they attend to the petition when it was written? If they can prove that they attended to the petition at the time when the deceased was alive and he wrote it and he came, they questioned everything, they will not answer for anything. But that you want to institute an action for a slap that was given to him when he was alive, the right of action to do that has died with him, unfortunately. Unfortunately. That's what I think.
On that bombshell, I would like to say thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Let us support the police as they do their investigation. And sometimes the police needs quiet. The police does not say that the police cannot go and talk about it. But don't come and start making assertions that it is this person, it is this person. You are not investigating with the police. You've got to be very, very careful. If you truly love MohBad, his wife and his child and his parents should be your priority. Let them rest. We have judged and juried them on social media. At this stage, can we let them rest? Please, all of you fighting for DNA. Make no be say they go do DNA, come find and say your own papa no being born you. Inside where would they go? And you still there alive, so they go follow you, and your papa go disown you one day. So just pray that does not reach your turn. All of you shouting DNA, DNA, DNA. Your teeth are sharp like razor blade. DNA, 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 like bats. We could not calm down.
It's just a
To be honest, I think the autopsy would give a direction on where this case is going to head.
Yes.
If there's something fishy from the autopsy, should be able to tell time of death, manner of death, so many things the autopsy will reveal.
So we're going to do all that. I need to run. I'm coming back at midnight. Thank you guys so much. God bless you. Mary, thank you. Susan Peters, thank you. Ify, thank you very much. Everybody, thank you. Pop my money gun as you are going. Pop, 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 pop. I want to see who's my number one gifter. Pop my money gun. Who's my number one gifter?
Money gun.
Chivagu Talk. Chivagu Talk. That's my number one gifter right now. All right. God bless you. Super chat, super stickers if you enjoy the live. Someone said, why is DNA being rolled out? It's not also. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.